Muggy and very warm, Caroline. We're really keeping an eye on those feels-like temperatures.
That's right. I mean, that's where it's really dangerous out there. You'll notice today not seeing as much cloud cover, which means a lot of sunshine on our Fred Haas Toyota World camera. Actual air temperature currently sitting at 88 degrees. This is the warmest we have been at this time for the entire year. Today, we are easily going to hit the 90s. We hit it officially yesterday. But if you factor in the humidity, we already feel like the 90s. Heat index value, 95 here in Houston, 88 up in Huntsville. It is very hot out there, so please take those precautions. Drink plenty of water. You can see winds steadily coming in from the coast, gusting up to 25 miles per hour. This is creating a strong rip current risk, but it's also providing us with ample humidity. Storm Tracker 2 not showing anything out there, and as we head into the afternoon, not expecting anything. You'll notice temperatures warming up into the upper 80s and lower 90s, feeling like the mid to upper 90s. Now, as we go through the next few days, everything is changing. We're talking shower and thunderstorm chances, but Brittany, Andy, much more in our full forecast coming up.
Yeah, a lot to go over. Okay, Caroline, thank you.
The next week, I mean, this time of year, you start to see some really intense storms as there's still cold fronts trying to push through. So this is going to be something we're talking about for a while. Here in Houston, in fact, we're going to see a cold front, one of them stalling out tomorrow. That's going to ramp up storm chances for our Wednesday afternoon. Some of those storms could be on the stronger side. We're going to stay unsettled for our Thursday as a stationary front is overhead. And then looking ahead to Friday, we've got a flood threat as there's a 70% chance of showers and storms. That's coming with another front. You'll notice every single day starting tomorrow, rain is going to be our primary concern. Let's talk about tomorrow because we're going to start to see thunderstorms early in the morning for our far northern counties. We've been tracking storms up near Dallas, and it's possible by late this evening we'll start to see some storms dive into the north. This will be impacting areas well to our north: Madisonville, Lake Livingston, Huntsville, perhaps as far south as Conroe through the late evening hours. But I do think most of this will break up before it reaches Houston. In fact, for us here in Houston, not expecting much for that morning commute. You should be fine on the roads. But as we go through the day, we will start to see those storm chances really ramping up, pushing in from the west. You can see 11 a.m. dry here in Houston, but storms pushing in from the west. Certainly by this time tomorrow, we're going to be tracking heavy thunderstorms to our north and west. Frequent lightning strikes and intense downpours will be possible. You'll notice those deep red colors. That's the storms pushing in. By 3 o'clock, still going to be dealing with scattered showers and storms. So planning out your day tomorrow, extra time for that afternoon pickup, and know that that evening commute is likely going to be messy. Now, a lot of that activity should taper off by sunset on Wednesday. But remember, we're not done yet. In fact, Thursday, lingering showers possible. Friday, we've got a 70% chance, and that's coming with another flood threat. It's going to be highest north and west of Houston, but everybody needs to stay weather aware, especially Friday afternoon and evening. The benefit from it is going to be a big cool down. You can see most of the eastern United States seeing a huge drop in temperatures, and that's going to happen here in Houston as well. Saturday, cloudy, breezy, and cool with highs in the 60s. By Sunday, mid 70s, and you can see if our highs are in the 60s and 70s, lows are going to be in the upper 40s and the 50s. This is the time of year, Brittany, Andy, where if we've got cool temperatures and low humidity, you need to make plans. So make Sunday outside plans.
Duly noted.
And Caroline, you're keeping an eye. Are we having any issues with rip currents out there today?
Yeah, the red flag is flying today. There's a high rip current risk today across Galveston Island. You can see those waves extra choppy this time of year. A lot of folks start to head out to the beach, and you need to be extra careful. You can see that rip current risk. That's all the way from Galveston Bay, Bolivar, all the way through Matagorda. So when it comes to rip currents, I think the most important thing to remember is stay calm. That's because a rip current isn't going to pull you under the water. It's just going to pull you out away from shore. So the best thing you can do, stay calm, don't fight the rip current, and try to call for help. Let's talk about why this is happening. We've got winds very gusty, pushing on shore, gusting up to 30 miles per hour by the coast. That's creating our choppy waves, but it's also increasing our humidity, and that's why we're dealing with intense heat today. Right now, actual air temperature upper 80s, feels like the mid 90s. But Brittany, Andy, pretty soon we're going to pivot back to talking about cool weather. More details coming up.
Caroline, thank you.
Yes, it just feels like summertime here in Houston.
The air you can wear.
Air you can wear. But changes are coming this week. We really have 3 different patterns. We started with summer, then we're going to move into wet and stormy. That's starting tomorrow. And then by the weekend, we've got cooler, less humid weather. I think the weekend is going to take the cake for most favorable weather. But let's talk a lot more about the stormy weather, because summer weather, it's pretty self-explanatory. You'll notice Wednesday, a 60% chance of afternoon strong thunderstorms. Thursday, on and off showers possible. Thursday, less about the rainfall. Friday, that's when we've got a flood threat as a front starts to push into the area. So starting with the day tomorrow, we're going to be tracking thunderstorms through the overnight hours. You can see rolling in from the north, impacting our far northern areas from Madisonville over towards Lake Livingston. Likely around midnight tonight, you can see some thunderstorms. I do think these are going to fall apart as they head to the south, but heads up, Huntsville, Conroe, Woodlands, you may see a thunderstorm or 2 after midnight tonight that could wake you up. But for most of us, we are going to start off our Wednesday on the dry side. 8 a.m., no problems getting to work. It's not going to be until we get closer to lunchtime that we'll start to see those rain chances really ramping up, pushing in from the northwest. You can see by 1 p.m. we've got showers and thunderstorms all across the Brazos Valley and up into the Piney Woods as well. These are going to keep progressing to the southwest, reaching Houston by the afternoon. This means your afternoon pickups, your evening commute home, likely going to be a mess on Wednesday. Plan for extra time. As we head into Wednesday evening, though, I think by 8 o'clock, everything will quiet out. Now, that's just the brief break before we have that stronger front push through on Friday night. That's going to bring with it another flood threat. The flood threat highest to the north and west of Houston. In fact, look at forecast rainfall accumulation over the next several days. Areas south of I-10 seeing the lowest totals. North of I-10, that's where we can see 2 to 4 inches of rain. And remember, with a thunderstorm, you can quickly see even higher totals. Because of this, every day you're going to want to be extra cautious on the roads, and you'll want to make plans for this weekend. Saturday, breezy and cool, but Brittany, Andy, Sunday just looks perfect.
All right, Caroline, thank you.
Caroline, you step outside and that feels like temperature really grabs you.
Oh, it will really grab you. Today, once again, we've hit 90 degrees for the second time this year. It is warm. It is humid out there. Actual air temperature now sitting in the lower 90s and upper 80s. 93 in Conroe, 90 degrees in Katy. Factor in that humidity, and it feels closer to the triple digits. Right now, Katy feels like 100 degrees. Out in Columbus, feels like 95. It is hot and humid. It's also very breezy. Look at these winds. They're currently gusting from the coast here in Houston up to 32 miles per hour. Because of this, choppy waters and a high rip current risk, but also we are going to struggle to cool down tonight with those strong winds. Temperatures at 6 o'clock still going to be sitting in the upper 80s. So today it's still all about the heat, but as we head into the day tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms are going to return. Not only are they returning, but they're bringing with it a flash flood threat throughout southeast Texas, in addition to the possibility of seeing an isolated strong storm or 2. Now, as we get towards the weekend, we are going to see cooler weather, but between now and then, Andy, we've got a lot of storm chances coming up. I'll detail that timeline.
Carol, to get busy around
It
here.
is about to get busy. We've got showers and storms possible every day, which is why it is so important that folks pay attention to the weather, especially over the next 3 days. There will be quiet stretches, but this is not one of them. Starting with the day tomorrow, mainly in the afternoon, we're going to be tracking shower and thunderstorm chances, some of which can be on the strong side. Thursday, on and off showers, less of a day to stay weather aware on Thursday, but then right back to Friday, a strong front pushes through, and that's going to bring evening thunderstorm chances. So let me get straight into that timeline. Starting with late tonight, some storms in North Texas will have the potential of clipping our far northern counties, likely from midnight through 2 a.m. We're talking College Station to Madisonville, Huntsville, Livingston. Most of us, though, totally dry through the overnight period. That means starting off our Wednesday, not expecting any travel issues on your morning commute. But once we head into the afternoon, this is when things will start to get busy. Beginning for areas to our northwest, you can see thunderstorms from College Station down through Brenham. Continuing to work its way to the east, 1 o'clock seeing thunderstorms scattered across the Houston area. Some of these can be stronger. And because the timing is afternoon, I would plan for extra time for that afternoon pickup, evening commute. Things are going to be messy on the roads. Showers should start to taper off as we head through Wednesday evening, but this is a stationary front, which means we're going to continue to see rain chances even as we head through the day on Thursday. Not going to be as widespread, but certainly showers not out of the question. As we head into the day on Friday, the actual cold front pushes through, and this is going to bring the potential of some stronger storms Friday evening into Saturday before the cool air starts to funnel in. Now, our flooding risk is going to be highest to our north, both on Wednesday and on Friday, but everybody has the risk of seeing flooding. So stay weather aware. Plan for extra time for driving. Allergy report, tree pollen now in the high category. That's oak and also pecan now in that extended forecast. Andy, at least it shows a beautiful Sunday after the front.
We'll take it, Karen.
Out there, Caroline.
Another day, another 90 here in Houston. We have officially hit the 90s for the second time this year. It certainly is feeling a lot more like summertime. You'll notice today, not as much cloud cover as yesterday. In fact, we've got plenty of sunshine. It is hot and humid. Actual air temperature dropping to 89 here in Houston. Still 92 degrees up in Huntsville. Factor in the humidity, and it feels more like 99 in Conroe, 97 here in Houston. So it is hot. It's humid. You'll notice a breeze coming in from the coast, gusting 30 miles per hour in Katy. Because of these high winds, we do have an elevated rip current risk today, so please be careful by the coast. Jogging forecast keeping us mild and muggy as we head through this evening. At 7 o'clock, still going to be sitting in the lower 80s. Now, as we go through the next few days, a lot of changes coming. We're talking showers and thunderstorms. Lisa, Joel, that's coming with a cold front, but more on that storm timeline coming up.
Yeah, we're going to need to hear about that. Thank you, Carolyn. Rash, you can't even put a pizza together in 5 minutes.
Little Caesars can.
just have
Little
'em in the back.
Caesars can. They're prepared for that. I think I might be one of the few people who sees that, though, and I think this only works if the weather's perfect,
Right.
though.
We need to be prepared for tomorrow a little bit, right?
Absolutely. You could never get a pizza drone delivery tomorrow afternoon
tomorrow.
because we're going to see some thunderstorms. Let's talk about it. In fact, the next 3 days, every single day, we've got shower and thunderstorm chances. Wednesday, that's tomorrow. Afternoon thunderstorms are possible, some of which could be on the stronger side. We're tracking thunderstorms, frequent lightning strikes, heavy downpours. Thursday, we'll see that rain let up just a bit. Just isolated on and off showers. But then by Friday, once again, a 70% chance of seeing thunderstorms. And this is going to come with an elevated flood threat, especially for those north of Houston. Okay, let's break it down starting with tomorrow. And quite frankly, we're even talking very late tonight. Some thunderstorms well to our north are going to be diving to the south. And these could clip our far northern counties around midnight. You can see 2 a.m. areas around Lake Livingston. An isolated thunderstorm possible, but for most of us, we're going to be totally dry through the overnight hours. That means planning out your day tomorrow, no problems for the morning commute, at least not weather-wise. 8 a.m. waking up dry, muggy, and mild. Once we approach the heat of the day, that's when we'll start to see storms pushing in from the northwest. 11 a.m. you'll notice thunderstorms out to our northwest, College Station down towards Brenham. These storms will start to dive to the south and the east by 1 o'clock, impacting areas north of Houston and then continuing to dive to the south. Some of these storms could be on the stronger side, and really our timeline for Houston is looking most likely for that afternoon hours, which means afternoon pickup, evening commute home, plan on extra time for driving, especially because some of these storms could be on the stronger side. As we head into Wednesday night, things should start to taper down, but you'll notice this is coming with a stationary front, which means we'll continue to see rain chances as we go through the day on Thursday. More light showers, though, before a stronger front pushes through Friday afternoon and evening. This will bring another flood threat, but also a huge change for our weekend. Tree pollen is considered on the high side, and you'll notice our extended forecast showing rain chances tapering off Saturday. Cool, cloudy, breezy, but Sunday is just perfect. Low humidity, sunshine, light breeze, mid-70s. Lisa, Joel, I can't talk up Sunday enough.
The weekend is the payoff right here.
Yes.
All right, Caroline, thank you. Let's get it on over to meteorologist Caroline Brown talking about the heat today and then rain tomorrow.
Heat today, rain tomorrow. You nailed it. That's what everyone needs to know, and it's not going to be an all-day thing. It's mainly tomorrow afternoon. A live look down in Galveston. We've got a high rip current risk, and boy, is it hot out there today. We've got temperatures across southeast Texas, still upper 80s and the lower 90s. Right now, 92 in Huntsville, 88 for our friends out in Sugar Land. Factor in the humidity, and it feels like 104 out in LaGrange. Feels like 91 in Lake Jackson, so please take your health precautions when it comes to that heat. Drink plenty of water. Dog walking forecast. The later you go, the more comfortable it's going to feel. We're not cool down very efficiently. In fact, by 9 o'clock, still going to be sitting in the upper 70s. Now, as we head through this evening, we are keeping a close eye on North Texas. You can see all of that red. Those are going to be tornado watches in place. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings and even tornado warnings near the Dallas, Fort Worth, and Red River region. But watch as this cold front keeps diving to the south. That's going to be diving into southeast Texas before it goes stationary. And this is going to provide enough lift that we're going to see thunderstorm chances, especially tomorrow afternoon, a 60% chance. Some of those storms could be on the strong side. We're talking damaging wind and a flood threat. But Lisa, Joel, more on that storm timeline coming up.
Okay, Caroline, thank you.
Broadway is Broadway. That is incredible.
Yes, indeed.
I didn't know we felt that strongly about it.
She's Houstonian.
Yes.
We love her.
With it, Joel.
I got
At least half the table absolutely does. That's for sure. Hey, let's talk about the weather because I have a lot to say. We've got showers and storms possible over the next several days. It's about to get very busy across Houston. You'll notice tomorrow there is a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. We're going to continue to see rain chances on Thursday. Those are going to be less widespread, more isolated shower chances. But by Friday, storms ramp up again as a cold front dives through. This is going to bring a huge drop in temperatures, but first we have a flood threat. Let's start with our storm timing, starting with the overnight period. You'll start to see those showers and storms diving to the south. You can see from Dallas all the way into our far northern counties close to the midnight hour. That can impact areas like Madisonville over towards Livingston. Most of us, though, are going to be mostly dry through the overnight hours. In fact, here in Houston, I'm not expecting any impacts until the middle of the day on Wednesday. That means for our morning commute, not dealing with any problems, at least not weather-wise. Once we get towards the middle of the day, 11 a.m., you'll start to see showers and storms pushing in from the northwest, College Station down towards Brenham, becoming more widespread, especially for locations north of Houston. 1 o'clock, you can see Brenham to the Woodlands, continuing into the afternoon. Now, here in Houston, I think our timeline is going to be most likely from 3 p.m. through 6 p.m. for a downpour or a thunderstorm. That means plan for extra time for that afternoon pickup or your drive home from work. Now, as we head into Wednesday night, things will start to quiet out, but know that we're not going to be totally quiet because that front is going stationary. That means we'll continue to have The potential for showers through the day on Thursday, but it's not going to be as widespread. It's not going to be as intense. Then as we head into the day on Friday, a cold front starts to swing through late Friday into Friday evening. This is going to bring with it a storm threat and a flood threat as it passes through. Behind it, though, that's where we've got the nice air. I'll show you what those temperatures look like in just a few moments. But first, we have a flash flood risk on Friday, widespread between now and then, 1 to 2 inches. I am expecting our highest accumulations north of I-10, so our coastal friends not going to see as much activity. That extended forecast showing the payoff comes this weekend. Highs in the 60s and a bit breezy for Saturday, but Sunday, Lisa, Joel, I'm going to say it every day, Sunday looks perfect.
It does look perfect. I like that weather. It's really getting hot out, though. Some of those days, 90s. Holy cow.